What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap. Yesterday was jam-packed with crazy highlights. Eugenio Suarez hit 4 home runs in one game, but, well, I'm not going to spoil how the rest of the game went. Jarren Duran showed why he was always compared to Grady Sizemore when he was coming up. He turned on the turbos and stole home. He's the first Red Sox player to do that since Jacoby freaking Ellsbury. O'Neal Cruz, he blasted off again, while Shohei had his best game since becoming a dad. The dad strength has not found Shohei, but it's coming. This Chandler Simpson kid, the speedster, the viral speedster that is, he's proving that he's not just a dink and dunk stolen base guy. He can go get it in the outfield as well, and Clay Holmes, he's actually doing it. He's down to a 2.5 ERA as a starter after yet another 6 starts. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap. And guys, don't forget to save yourself 20 bucks off all of your tickets using code Fuzzy. And don't forget that Recap is also brought to you by Underdog. Be sure to download it to your phone using code Fuzzy because you'll get some free pick'ems. You get up to $1,000 in bonus cash credit. Put your baseball and ball knowledge to the test. We're going to start with Geno versus the Braves because some people said that Arizona lost, and I just feel like they're trolling. Well, it's not a great start to my theory. Ozuna hit one 900 feet, then Sean Murphy hit one out, so Geno's first home run cut the deficit to a 1-run game. He crushed it though, 418 feet. Gabby, there we go. See, there's no way the Diamondbacks lose this game. That 2-run single was followed up by Eugenio's second of the game. Then his third. When Suarez gets hot, he gets white hot, not red hot, because, like, you know how white stars are hotter than the other ones? I don't know, I'm not an astrophysicist. Eli White might be, because this was a damn meteor of a home run. Again, he's Bobby Witt Jr. fast with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs his last 3 games. Albies, it's now a 1-run game. Harris, he's got to face a tough lefty, and he barreled up the cutter. Thomas, he can't get there. So it's 7-6 Braves. Raisel Iglesias is in, and this ball is out. Geno's 4th of the game ties it. He's the 19th hitter ever to have 4 home runs in one game, but he just became the 3rd one to lose after hitting 4. Those were not trolls, I guess. They were truthers. Martinez, he spiked a pitch. As Albies, he scored for the lead. Austin Riley, he was skipping rocks to end the game. That bounced like 3, 4, 5 times. That safe call was overturned. The game is over. The Braves have won 3 games in a row. The Diamondbacks have lost 4 games in a row. We're going to cut some fat in this next game because Jackson Chourio put the Brewers on his freaking back. St. Louis, they were up a few when he had an RBI double in the 5th to make it 5-2, and after his teammates scratched one more across, he tied the game. Jackson's 4th hit of the game is a 2-run missile. He has 15 extra base hits, 21 RBIs, and a 905 OPS his last 21 games. He's one of the best young talents to ever exist. But it didn't matter because Nolan Arenado went to bat speed training school or whatever. He caught up to the painted 98 fastball and he walks it off. I love that for him. It's been a tough stretch over the last 2.5 seasons. He's got 3 home runs and a 370 on base this year. One more walk-off. This game must have felt like Christmas coming early for Giants fans. Brandon Crawford, he got his own celebration day. Bruce Bochy was on the other side of the diamond for the Rangers. Buster Posey caught the first pitch, and they were able to overcome 2 sac flies from Jake Burger. That was it from the Rangers. Willie Adames did something that pretty much no one else has this year. He scored off of Tyler Mahle. Tyler had allowed 1 run combined his first 4 starts. Willie doubles that with 1 swing. And there it is. A walk-off. Patrick Bailey, he wins it on Brandon Crawford Day with a short swing. The Giants are the 2nd team in baseball to 18 wins. Will they be the first to 20? The Mets, they might have something to say about that. We'll talk about that later on. So before we talk about possibly the worst contract, not just in Padres history, but maybe San Diego sports history, look at O'Neal Cruz, man. First pitch of the game, Roki missed his spot bad, and Cruz somehow still hit it out. That ball was in the other batter's box. That's his 4th leadoff home run his last 9 games, his 8th on the year. He and Teoscar both went off. Teoscar doubled in Ohtani, then he scored on an error a few moments later. So this 2-run single from O'Neal gives him 3 RBIs, and he makes it a 3-2 ball game. He's hitting .350 with 6 home runs, 4 stolen bases his last 10 games. Ohtani had a crazy game. He's on his horse. He triples in the 5th. He can take his time now because Freddie, he found some grass for another LA run. We are tied up at 3. Nope, Pittsburgh stole it right back on a Brian Reynolds RBI fielder's choice. Luckily though, Freddie, he stopped the bleeding with a web gem, and Shohei, he delivered in the clutch. That RBI double scores Pages. Ohtani had 3 base hits and a stolen base. He's got 6 home runs, 6 stolen bases, and a 155 OPS plus this year. Teoscar, he's got the lead now. One of the biggest meatballs I've seen this year. You cannot throw that to Teoscar, who's seeing beach balls lately. He's got 7 home runs. Enrique now has 5. He has 8 total base hits and 55 at-bats. 5 of them have left. The Dodgers, they get back into the win column after losing a few in a row. Speaking of losing a few in a row, the Padres went from essentially unbeatable at home to playing some pretty pathetic baseball at home. I think they've gone 25 consecutive innings without scoring a run. So this Brandon Lowe solo home run probably felt like a grand slam. Like even one run felt too much for this team. Lowe's got 4 home runs. Morel, he's had the aimbot on lately. He has 5 extra base hits and 5 RBIs his last 4 games. Cameron Meisner is going to try and rob the Padres again with a sliding grab. And of course he does it. He's 6'4". He's like a gazelle out there. And oh, by the way, he's still hitting .333 in his first 23 games. He's been a great find by the Rays. Tatis, he had to run a bunch to make this grab, and he couldn't put on the brakes quick enough to throw out Brandon Lowe, so Caminero gets the RBI sac fly. Nando did, however, steal that extra run back. He's still batting .350 and leading the NL in WAR. And Manny, he's going to make it a 4-2 ball game with his third... No, just kidding. Chandler Simpson stole it back. He had 2 base hits. Chandler's hitting .346. He has a hit in every single game, a 7-game hit streak to begin his career with a few web gems out there. Pete Fairbanks closed it out, and now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that elephant is Xander Bogaerts. The Padres have lost 3 games in a row, and a ton of Padres fans are pointing at Xander and saying, it's his fault. Don't get me wrong. Baseball is a team game, but his lack of offensive production and defensive miscues have been under a microscope lately. He's 32 years old. He's only hitting .240. He has no home runs, a -2 outs above average, and my jaw dropped when I saw the rest of his contract. He's making $25 million a year for the next 8 years. I might have children by the time that his contract is over. I forgot it was that big of a contract. Now, the silver lining is the bat speed's up. He's actually running his quickest since he was in Boston. Like, no joke, his sprint speed is way up. So is Xander's 11-year, $280 million contract going to go down as one of the worst ever and hold the Padres back? Or is he going to snap out of it? You guys have to let me know in the comments. Let's go find Jarren Duran channeling his inner Grady Sizemore versus Grady's old team. Okay, that was actually in Game 2. I'm going to get Game 1 over real quick. Willier, man, he got this baseball out real quick. Sheesh, 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, and a 155 OPS plus, almost a WRC plus. They're basically the same. Boston fans weren't too excited because Tanner Houck, he's still broken. Quan and Jones had back-to-back base hits. Jose makes it 3 in a row. Tanner's stuff just doesn't have the same bite as last year. Even on this 3-2 count to Carlos, he probably gets a swing and miss last year, and Silos is able to fight it off for the sac fly. See, his pitches are just not biting. Gabriel Arias, he laced the mistake pitch, and Daniel Schneemann, he got a pitch in the lefty wheelhouse. A 3-run first for the Red Sox is followed up by a 4-run first for the Guardians. Devers, good Lord, that ball is way gone. And now you're about to witness some Cleveland Devil magic. Quan, he got sawed off completely. It ticked off the end of Trevor's glove. Our broadcasters were straight up laughing. That's Guardians baseball, baby. Story, he then had a chance in the 9th with 2 on, but Cade Smith, he nailed down his 3rd save with a wicket splitter. Clase did pitch in this game, by the way, but he worked the 8th inning. Game 2 was a different story. See what I did there? Because Story ended that last game, and now he's starting off this game with an RBI single. He lined one to the gap. He snaps an 0 for 17 slump. Jarren smoked one up the gut, so another RBI for the Red Sox. Devers, he popped one. Jarren, it seemed like he scored before the ball even landed. Rob Refsnyder, that is a bases loaded walk, so out of nowhere, it's 4-0, and dude, Game 2 was rough for my guard dogs. Jarren, he motored around for an RBI triple. He is again leading Major League Baseball in triples after leading last year. Now he wants to lead in stolen bases. He flies in and steals home. His 9th stolen base leads the American League. That's the first straight steal for a Boston player since Jacoby Ellsbury in 2009. Jarren's got 4 extra base hits and 3 stolen bases. His last 5 games, he's waking up even without that lay kick. Big Christmas, he launched one. This was the only fun moment for me in Game 2 as Rocchio, he dropped what maybe could have been a sick double play. It's an RBI single for Alex Bregman. Chapman, I mean, he's got a metal arm. Literally, like that arm in, was it Bucky from the Avengers? 102 to end it. He's 37. He's been throwing 100 plus since 2010. 15 years of triple digits. He almost has 1,300 strikeouts as a reliever. We have another doubleheader, but we'll get there in a second because we have 3 straight slugfests. Seattle scored 2 touchdowns. J-Rod, he doinked one off the foul pole, and Jorge Polanco, he went back-to-back. Like, Polanco's been a top, 5 hitter in baseball this year. We'll talk about him more in a second. Miami starting pitcher Connor Gillespie got destroyed. Rookie Ben Williamson, he lined one with the bases loaded. It's 4-0. Now it's a 6 spot. Miles Mastrobuoni makes it another 2-run double for the Mariners after those back-to-back jacks to start it. J.P. Crawford, teamwork makes the dream work. The snag, the flip, what a play. And Good for Jorge Polanco, man. He was so bad to start last year. Mariners fans were not very nice to him, but now he's got 7 home runs, a 355 batting average, and a 221 OPS plus. His barrels are up, his exit velocities are up. He's cut the strikeouts from 29% to a tiny 12.9%. I've never really seen that before. Luis Castillo, he stepped up for Gilbert. He can miss some time talking about Logan. And Luis had to remind Seattle fans that he can be an ace too. 1 hit, 5 strikeouts over 6 scoreless. Now we have a positional player pitching, Mitch Garver. He pimped one. That's his first of the year. Of course it is. Mastroboni makes it 14, but kind of feels like overkill to show it. The Mariners, they're 15-12. Yeah, the Marlins get beat up, but hey, they're still hanging in at 12-14. So not the worst record in baseball. What in the world happened to Jeffrey Springs? Now, Luis Robert Jr. is a freak, so that's not the worst thing to ever happen to Jeffrey, but man, it got bad quick for him. 3 RBI doubles ensued. Lenyn Sosa, he's batting .330 his last 12 games. Edgar Cuero, he scores after Brent Rooker he couldn't get it in quick enough. Michael A. Taylor, he had 3 doubles in this one. That's his first one. JJ had some trouble as well. And this Brooks Baldwin rookie, dude, the kid can swing it. 7 extra base hits on the year with 13 RBIs. Edgar Cuero, he's been a godsend because Chicago catchers have been auto outs for the last, half decade. He's batting .360 his first 10 games. They really won that trade. Michael A. Taylor, again, he had 3 doubles in this one. He also stole a bag. And is that who I think it is? Bobby Dahlbeck is alive. The baseball gods, they showed some mercy on this kid. That is a swinging bunt for an RBI. Luis Urias had a home run. Nick, last name Kurtz, drove in a run, but yeah, the A's got demolished as Jeffrey Springs, he went 6 scoreless with 9 strikeouts his very first start this year. He's now allowed 27 hits, 15 walks, and 19 earned runs his last 22 innings. Cubs fans won't like me saying this, but I'm actually happy that this happened. Max Kepler, he's a ton of fun to watch when he's right, and he's not been very good to start 2025. He's been better lately, and that wind carried the ball all the way up the line and kept it fair. Boom, there he is signaling another. He's trying to figure it out as well. A 3rd run scores off the bat of a Johan Rojas sac fly, and I could not believe my ears when I heard this. Bryson, my friend's RBI single, the other way made it a 4 spot, which is what they've scored their last 3 games combined. They kept it moving though. Another Vegas boy, Bryce, he sliced one to the left center gap. He's got 18 RBIs and a .385 on base. He is just automatic. Trey, he's on now, which is big because he's also having a slow start to the year. Schwarber gave Jesus Luzardo even more run support. It's a 9 spot on the 2-run extra base hit. Luzardo, by the way, he lowered his ERA. He gave up a few runs, but they were unearned. He struck out 5. He's got a 1.73 ERA. Kepler into the basket, his 2nd home run. The basket giveth and it taketh away. After a slow start, Kepler is batting .340 with a .415 on base his last 11 games. The Phillies, they're back to .500 at 14-14. The Cubs, they're still flying at 17-11. I don't get this Orioles team at all. Where's the offense? We were just talking about pitching. Where's the offense now? Javier Baez, he lines one to center for an RBI double. Orioles fans, they probably flip the channel after this next one because now it's 2-0. Yeah, we're not coming back, says Orioles fans, which is crazy to say out loud. O'Hearn, he's always seen Casey Mize really well. Here's an Oppo tackle for his 4th home run. Detroit, they stole it right back. Jace Young, he went up the middle for his first base hit of the year. Casey Mize, remember this kid? He was the #1 overall pick in 2018. He was incredible again. 5 1/3, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He's down to a 2.1 ERA. Now that he's healthy, he's been tossing darts. Jordan Westberg, this kid is an athlete. He had a big game. His 3rd base hit makes it 3-2. He can absolutely fly, by the way. He's top 5% in sprint speed. Torkelson, he snaps a 2 for 18 slump. His 8th proved to be the difference maker because Baltimore, they had one more comeback in them, but it was only a 1-run comeback as Ramon Urias, he's hitting .455 versus lefties. That was coming. And Will Vest, dude, he's disgusting. A 4-out save for Will, his 3rd save. That sends the Orioles to 10-15. There's no way the Orioles go 6 games under 500, right? Yep. See, Gunner's not going to let that happen. That is a 2-run double. Jackson scores easy. Cedric did not score. Zach McKinstry fired at home. What a season McKinstry's having. Close your eyes, Baltimore fans. Riley Green with that long, looping, beautiful swing. He swatted out a 3-run bomb. Charlie Morton has been an unmitigated disaster. 5 walks in 3 2/3. He has 20 walks in 24 innings. He has a 10.5 ERA this year. He might get DFA'd. Torkelson, that is a 2-run dropper to left field. He is feeling himself. 24 RBIs in 27 games. He scored on a McKinstry 2nd base hit of the game. He's batting .325. McKinstry has a .433 on base. The Tigers, they've won 3 games in a row. They're 17-10. The Orioles, they fall to 6 games under 500 after being swept in the doubleheader. And I have to do my job now. It is call-out time. Adley Rutschman has been awful since that 2-home run, 3-hit monster opening day. He's batting 186 since then, and over his last 100 games, dating back to last season, he's hitting 194, which is 34 RBIs in 100 games. He is quite literally and legitimately broken. I gotta see if this call-out thing really works. So Adley Rutschman, you're on notice. You've been called out, buddy. I feel like this recap is taking forever because we tied a record 16 games in this recap. It would have been a record of 17 if the Yankees game didn't get rained out. Let's fly through these last 5 games. We had a little home run derby down in Coors. Noelvi, he was so bad last year. I really thought that he might have been a PED product, but that's a mammoth 2-run home run. He's up to 12 RBIs and 12 hits his last 6 games. Michael Toglia went even further, like a whole lot further. 457 feet for the guy they called Big Mike. Austin Hayes, he's been peppering baseballs all year. That's his 4th home run as a Red. We have a first, 22-year-old Adael Amador. That's his first career home run. Austin did it again. He went to the deepest part of the park. Is it going to leave? It went 430 feet. What am I talking about? Is it going to leave? 5 home runs and a 386 batting average for Austin Hayes. He is on fire. Ellie, he singled in his 23rd RBI. Both teams, they traded some runs after that. And Emilio Pagan, he strikes out 3 more hitters in the 9th inning to wrap up his 7th save. The Reds have won 3 games in a row. They're back over 500. They're 14-13. Again, we're not going to talk about the Rockies record. The Angels have been one of the worst teams in baseball the last 2.5 weeks. It really felt like the Twins won this game before it even started as Correa, he knocks in Jeffers, Ty France knocked in Buxton. That's their 4th straight single, something like that. Yusei got a couple outs to end the streak, but then the Twins found more grass. 6 singles in the 1st inning. That is a new franchise record for the Twins, I think. Newly acquired Jonah Bride, he plates Carlos Correa. The Twins weren't done as Buxton's too quick. He beats the double play. He then stole his 99th career stolen base. He's got 6 home runs and 6 stolen bases. He's genuinely, I mean this, one of the best power, speed, defense threats I've ever seen. Correa has 2 RBIs on the day. This game's, wait, I was going to say it's way over, but Zach Neto had a fantasy god performance. 3 base hits, a home run, and 3 stolen bases. Brooks Lee, he made Mike Trout leave his feet, and Trout couldn't get there. Man, is my man just old? He can't be. He can't be. Another RBI knock for the Twins. Correa left his feet, but he does get there. Johan Duran, he seals it for Simeon Woods Richardson, who went 5 and I think a 5 1/3 shutout or 1 run, something like that. He struck out 7. The Twins they're playing well. Who was going to tell me that Francisco Lindor is back? No one was nice enough to inform me. This 2-run home run won it for the Mets. Yes, that was it, mainly because the Nationals defense went crazy. They look like the CPU and MLB The Show when you're 1 hit away from completing a moment. You have Jose Tena doing a 360 no-scope at the hot corner. Dylan Cruz with the Superman, or let's stay with the Call of Duty references, another dolphin dive catch. And Sugar, I guess he's okay. I thought maybe Edwin was going to miss some time. Now he's out here missing bats. And I don't know what swing that was. He did walk a guy, but then he struck out Dylan Cruz, and then he made another lefty look silly. Tanya, he swung at a pitch that for sure took out a family of earthworms. The Mets are 19-8 in large part because Clay Holmes, he's been a damn anchor in the absence of Minaya and Montas. 5 scoreless, only 2 strikeouts on this one, but he has an awesome 7.5 hits per 9, a 10.5 strikeouts per 9, and he has not allowed a home run this year. Again, he's got like a 2-something ERA. Bobby, there it is, 18 games in a row doing that. An 18-game hit streak is by far the longest active streak in Major League Baseball. Both runners are going to advance on this Mark Canha sac fly. Framber escaped with just the 1 run allowed. He has another 1-run inning, but this was a loud run. Vinny Pasquantino turned on the inside changeup. His stats don't make sense. He's got 16 RBIs, which, how does he have that many? He's hitting just like 180 on the season and only 219 with runners in scoring position. Royals fans, help me out. Did he have a grand slam? I can't remember if he had a grand slam or not. Waka, his gem is being threatened by a log jam in the 6th inning. There's a meeting on the mound, and I don't know what they said, but it worked. He strikes out Cam Smith, then he rolls over Yainer Diaz and turns in a perfect PFP. He beat him to the bag. Waka goes 6 scoreless with 6 strikeouts. Carlos Estevez has 7 saves as the Royals, they've won a whopping 6 games in a row, and they win back-to-back 2-0 games against the Astros. Well, everyone, I guess I lied. We only had 4 more games left, so that's it. That's today's recap. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek, Underdog, all that stuff, and enjoy the web gems.
Line off his glove, up the middle, diving stops to JC. What a stop by Tim Tower. He got it.
And it's lined, and a diving grab made by Holiday.
He's on the foil, too. Line drive towards center. Victor on the rise.